Everyone, it's Jeannie again, and I am back with my first installment to show you the projects that I made in my little series that I'm doing this year, the 12 by 12 paper pad project. And if you haven't seen my other videos, basically what I'm doing is I'm choosing a 12 by 12 paper pad, and then I have to make 3 items from that paper pad, and then throughout the month. And then after I make those 3 items, I need to decide what I'm doing with the paper pad. And the idea here is to potentially really donate what's left. So unless I really love it or I have a compelling reason to keep it. So these are just my guidelines. I would love for anybody who would like to play along with, there's really not very many rules. You can make anything you want out of your paper pads. I just have so many that I am overwhelmed with how many that I have, and so I need to start working through them, remember why I bought them, and then pay them forward. So anyway, so my goal for January was to do some Christmas pictures, and I used this Save Freeze stack that was from Michaels, and I really did enjoy using this stack. And as you can see here, I still have quite a bit left. I did use bits and parts out of it. I used, I think, 4 or 5 sheets. I started out by taking out the cut-aparts and the borders and cutting up at least 1 page of those and that kind of thing, but this is what I have left, and I think I have decided that I am going to go ahead and donate this pad now that I have used it on several projects. Okay, so here are my projects, and I ended up doing 2 12 by 12 layouts and a Valentine. So remember, you guys, you don't have to use your seasonal paper just for the season that it is intended for. In fact, this one, the Save Freeze paper that I used was this plaid. So anyway, so I made a Valentine for my husband, and I used the Simon Says stamp card kit for the little picture of, or the little stamp of the coffee cup, and then I paper pieced the little coffee sleeve, and I used the sentiments. I only need 2 things, you and coffee, and I cut, oh, sorry about the shadow. I changed my lighting and I'm hoping it's better, but I gotta be sure to stay out of the shadows. But anyway, so I cut hearts out of that paper, that red plaid paper with my Martha Stewart punch, and then I did use the coffee and cream that little paper has little coffee beans on it, and that's from the Simon Says stamped February card kit. So that is my little Valentine for my husband. And then here are my layouts, and this was the one that I did of mine and my daughter's bake day, and I used 2 sheets of the pattern paper from the stack, and 2 large sheets, and then this is also a sheet of paper from the stack, this sheet with holly on it. The little red circles here with the snowflakes, that was also another sheet of paper, so I guess I used like 5 on this sheet because this was one of the cut-aparts that I used. And then I used my Typecast typewriter that I got for Christmas to type the journaling onto that card. And then I used some Recollections stickers. I used some wood veneer that says love, peace, joy to make these little clusters. And then I used some torn washi tape as well. So this is how this one came out, and this one's okay. I mean, I'm not completely in love with it, but it's okay. I'm finding anymore, you know, years ago I thought I would never, when I would see those 1 photo layouts, I'd be like, oh, I can't believe people only put 1 photo on a layout. And now those are my favorite, and these multiple photo layouts are much more challenging for me. So but anyway, it's okay. I used one of the papers to border it, cut this paper down as the background paper. This little cup came out of the cut-aparts, and I just fussy cut that. And then these were already printed on there, and this has a little bit of sparkle. So anyway, so this was fun to make, and I do like it. So traditional red and green and cream. This was an interesting paper pad, you guys, because it had true white and off-white in it, and then not all the blues were the same color either. There was like an aqua blue, more of a dusty blue, and more of a green blue. So yeah, it was kind of an interesting paper pad in that respect. And then this is the second layout I did, and this is my favorite of the two. I found these the old iridescent sparkly sentiments stickers that I had, and so I used that. This is a border from the paper. I fussy cut some of the ornaments out of the paper and then strung them off the border with some silver and white baker's twine, and this is one of the papers that had true white in it. Then I used another one of the cut parts as the background, and then there's that red plaid paper again. This was also fussy cut out of the cut-aparts. This is a doily from my stash. And then these stickers are also that have that same iridescent glitter that the paper has on it. And so this little frame was also cut out of the paper. And then my favorite part probably of this layout is how I actually made this little scene three-dimensional. There were two of these sheets in the pad, and so I cut out the frame of the car and then the snow that was on the Christmas trees, and if you can see there, those are popped up. And then I also did that with this snowbank over here, and this did not have glitter all the way down, so I used my own iridescent clear glitter to add more of the iridescent glitter. I also did that on these ornaments here, and I just love the way that came out, and that was really fun to do because it was almost kind of mixed media like, so that was fun to do too. And then this is just a picture of our Christmas tree from this year. So anyway, so I like using this little scene paper, and like I said, I'm much happier. This one's pretty simple, but I'm much happier with this one with just the single photo on it. So anyway, you guys, these are my projects for my January installment of the 12 by 12 paper pad project. So, and I'm pleased at how they came out. And like I said, I'm going to take the rest of that pad and put it in my Goodwill box, and it will be donated. And because I think, as much as I like the paper, I think, you know, these layouts are a good representation of the paper. So so there's that. And then just quickly, I will show you the paper pad I'm thinking about using for February, and that is going to be this one, this Hello Darling stack from DCWV. And I have a picture that I took of my pink typewriter, and I want to do a layout of that. And this is such pretty paper too. I love this bright kind of mossy, well, it's not really mossy, it's almost like a grass green, and I love that. I love it. I love almost every sheet of this paper, so this one will be hard for me to donate, but I am going to, like I said, make at least one 12 by 12 layout with it. I'm thinking about using, and I'm really wanting to use this bright green, and I'm really into yellow right now. And you guys can see it has some pink typewriters in it. So I don't know if I'll fussy cut those. I don't know what I'll do with them exactly, but this is my next paper pad that I plan to conquer, and love that one with the typewritten font on there. And then here's the typewriters, and there's lots of gold foil in this pad too. So anyway, so this one will be my plan for February. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'd love to have anybody who would be interested to play along. Just tag me that you're doing the challenge, and even if you don't do videos or anything, you can post them on Instagram. You know, you can even just let me know you're doing it, and I would love to know. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.